Hello, what's up? You're welcome to another episode of Yes, which makes no sense. Yeah. So in the last episode, we made a flying round boy, added lots of fun stuff, and yeah, we basically started development on the game from there. Because yeah, you should totally check that video out if you haven't, So yeah, we also came up with a lot of very interesting and useful ideas for the game, like this one. I'm just saying, this is a good idea. You should totally try this. Yeah, cool. So yeah, now we're gonna try to implement some stuff we said here, specifically the combat system. So for this, I decided that attacking in the game should not be something the player has to actively do. So the player doesn't actually have to press a button to attack or something like that, Because I thought the controls were already messed up. I mean, I don't know how that makes sense, but that's why I thought it was pretty bad already. So I added this extension thing that is supposed to attack on its own when an enemy is nearby, because the player doesn't have to do anything to attack them. The plan is to make the player capable of having multiple of these hovering extensions, each one having different abilities for attack or defense or whatever, to make a very interesting combat system. Which didn't exactly work out well, but then, yeah. So yeah, with that out of the way, it's time to make some enemies, because enemies are cool to fight. Yes, and we can actually test out the abilities and stuff like that. So yeah, this was the first and only enemy I created, and the design for it was inspired by my very terrible pixel art skills, and my lack of motivation to generally spend time on making the art for the game, which is something I definitely have to fix sometime later. But for now, this would be fine, so yeah. And now, it's time to write some very interesting code. So the plan for the enemy was just for it to be this small thing that moves towards the player, and then we can use some interesting ray casting to know if the enemy has a direct line of sight and is close enough to the player for an attack. And yeah, finally here it is in action. It is kind of working, but then the FPS is pretty low, so I guess it's not very visible what's happening. For the attack itself, I decided to make a laser effect, which took a lot longer than I'd like to admit, and yeah, this is what happened. I finally got it working after a while. I mean, it totally didn't take me like 2 days to figure it out or something like that. Yeah, cool. So yeah, back to this thing, the extension thing. I made it a shield extension that activates when you're being attacked, so it's going to try to prevent you from being attacked. I mean, that's what shields do, right? I guess. I don't know. So nice, it's working. Cool. Next, I tried to create an attacking extension that the player can use to attack. So this is what it looked like. After a lot of tweaking, somehow this happened, and yeah, it looked awesome. So I decided to modify it a bit and change a few things, and this is it in action. I mean, if I may say so myself, it's looking kind of sick. Yeah. And I also tried this to show how the extensions would look like when they're put together. And yeah, maybe it's not as cool as I thought it would be. I also did this, which is I don't know why I did this, but here we go. So yeah, that was it. That was cool. And then I added a health bar because it was just kind of terrible to have these guys attacking me and not knowing what's happening. So a health bar is nice. I mean, the health bar doesn't really do anything right now because I don't want to die in the game. And yeah, that was all I did for combat, which is like everything I did in total. Because all I did next was just looking at interesting graphs and trying to fix FPS, because as you probably have noticed, the game was lagging a lot. So I had to fix and optimize and all that stuff. The lagging was kind of weird because there was no post-processing on at the time, and it was terrible. Speaking of post-processing, I should totally add glow to this game because we all know that glow makes your game awesome, right? There we go, and glow! I also thought about level design for the game, and I noticed I don't have enough things in the game to create a good level, so I definitely had to work on that. But then I've not really done anything about that yet, so I guess we're not going to talk about it. We don't speak about level design in these months. And yeah, it's kind of terrible that this is all I've been able to do since the last video because it's been a long time, and yeah, I've just been like super occupied with exams and stuff. I even had to work on a game jam for some time, so yeah, it took a lot of time working on that one. Smash subscribe, gamers. We're almost hitting 1 million subscribers. Yeah, like the video if you liked it. If you don't like it, then dislike the video, because that's very likely. I mean, I know. Yeah. Also, comment down your amazing ideas and contributions if you feel like for the game, because it's cool to do that. It's really cool. And yeah, also, in the next video, we are probably going to be working on trying to fix the art for the game and the level design. I don't know how possible that is, but then we'll try. And yeah, that will be all. See you in the next video. Goodbye.